Good afternoon, students. So in today's video we'll continue our discussion on hybridization, determining the hybridization of molecules using the group theoretical assumptions. So we have seen how the tetrahedral or the methane is predicted to have sp3 hybridization. Although the group theory predicts both sp3 and sd3, we have excluded the sd3 on the logical grounds, and we have confirmed the hybridization of methane to be sp3. So today the similar comparison we are going to do for the square planar molecule, which has let us take the famous metal square planar complex as the example. Let us consider the 4 ligands which are oriented in the square plane. So this is a perfect square planar, and this has I just would like to remind you that this has a C4 axis of symmetry, and then 4 C2 axis of symmetry. So therefore its molecular point group is D4, and as it has also a horizontal plane of symmetry which is perpendicular to the principal axis, this has the point group D4H. So we are having the character table D4H in order to be able to reduce the reducible representation. So let us as usual call the 4 bonds as R1, R2 and R3 and R4. So we are considering the 4 bonds as R1, R2, R3 and R4. Now what are we going to do? We are going to see how many bonds are unshifted through each of the following operations of D4H point group. This character table gives you what are the symmetry elements that are present. So what are the symmetry elements? E, 2C4, Z as it is lying along the Z axis, then C2, 2C2 prime and 2C2 double prime, and center of inversion to S4 axis, and sigma H and 2 sigma D. So these are the symmetry elements. Just I would like to tell you what are the symmetry elements. To just remind you, I am just trying to demonstrate. So these are the 4 ligands, D4 having the square planar orientation, the D4H point groups. So this is my molecular or the principal axis. So it is C4 axis. So I have a C4 axis here, and C4 axis will generate what are the operations? C4 will generate C41, C42, C43, of which you will have C41, C42. I am writing it as is equivalent to writing C21 and C43. So the C4 is generating actually 3 elements, of which we are representing 2 in C4 axis and 1, that C2 is treated as a separator, and so it is presented here. Okay, so this you should be able to know. So how many there are actually, all these 3 are the outcome of the rotation along the C4 axis, but since C4 axis is generating a C2, you are representing as a separate element, but it is a derivative of C4. So the remaining C41 and C43 are given here. Okay, hope you can understand. Now the next C2 prime. What are we going to have as C2 prime is, you can have a C2 axis lying here. here is one C2 axis, and here is another C2 axis. So if we are going to consider, and there are two more C2 axes here. This is one C2 axis and this is another C2 axis. So how many C2 axes are there? 4 C2 axes are there. So this is one type of C2 axis, and these two are another type of C2 axis. So I will be calling, see, both are same actually, but the one which passes through many number of atoms is going to be treated as the next highest priority. That is, so it is going to be termed as C2 prime, and this is also C2 prime, and this one will be C2 double prime, because it is given the least priority because it passes through the only one atom, while this passes through 3 atoms. Okay, so rendume C2 axis ah irundha kuda, see, there are actually 3 types of C2 axis. inge neenga paakanum. C4 லேந்து வரக்கூடிய C2 axis. இப்ப C4 என்ன, C4 இருந்து இங்க இருக்கு. C4 ஒரு தடவை செஞ்சா C4 1, C4 ரெண்டு தடவை செஞ்சீங்கன்னா C2 1. ஸோ அது வந்து அந்த perpendicular axis, அது ஒரு C2 axis. அதை தவிர வேற ரெண்டு C2 axis இருக்கு. One C2 axis is along this L. See, I have drawn the line. So this one we have worked out in the class also. So this is one C2 axis and another C2 axis is here. So there are two C2 axes, of which next highest priority is given for C2 this axis because it passes through the highest number of atoms. எது நிறைய atom வழியா பாஸ் ஆகுதோ அதுக்கு அடுத்த இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்கணும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து உங்களோட பிரின்சிபல் ஆக்சஸோட C2க்கு, அதனால தான் கேரக்டர் டேபிளில் நீங்கள் பார்க்கும் பொழுது உங்களுக்கு என்ன கொடுத்துருக்காங்க அப்படின்னா, இந்த இடத்துல C2 கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, அடுத்தது C2 prime கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, அடுத்தது C2 double prime. ஸோ C2 prime அப்படிங்கிறது எது அப்படின்னு இப்போ உங்களுக்கு புரிஞ்சிருக்கும். ஸோ C2 primeங்கிறது இந்த மேக்ஸிமம் நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஆட்டம்ஸில் பாஸ் ஆகிறது, லீஸ்ட் நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஆட்டம்ஸில் பாஸ் ஆகிறது C2 double prime. ஸோ you are labeling the axis like this. So this you should be able to understand. Now our question is, how many unshifted atoms? So these are the atoms, okay, R1, R2, R3 and R4. Okay, how many atoms are unshifted? So first operation E la how many atoms are unshifted அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, so E la all the atoms are unshifted, sorry, all the bonds are unshifted. So I am going to have 4 bonds here, and when I am going to do a C4, all the atoms are going to be shifted, so my number of unshifted atoms is 0. Okay, even when I am going to do a C2, the same is going to be the case. So all my atoms are going to be shifted. Okay, and then when I am going to do the C2, that is the rotation along C2 prime, that is when I am going to rotate along this axis, what will happen? R2 and R4 will not change its place. So the number of unshifted atoms are 2. Okay, and then C2 double prime, when I am going to do a rotation like this, again what is going to happen? All the bonds are going to change, so it is 0. Okay, so the next is center of inversion. Center of inversion is this point. This point you are going to shuffle the ligands. So L, this L will go there and that L will go here. So all the atoms are shifted. So the number of this one is 0. Okay, and then S4. So S4 contains, is able to generate how many operations? S4 1, and let us just revise. I will just revise you what we have already seen only. So S4 will generate, this is in your first unit. So S4 will generate S4 1, S4 2, S4 3. Okay, so S4 1 will be same. S4 1 is nothing but C4 1 into sigma, and S4 2 will be C4 2 into sigma squared. S43 will be C43 into sigma. So this operation is similar, and this one is nothing but C2, which we have already explained. Okay, and so the S4 is having two operations, S41 and S43. S41 and S43 are the two operations that are generated. Adanaladha we are having it as S4, 2S4 here. So on doing 2S4, so S4 what we should do? We should actually rotate it along 90 degree. So when you are going to rotate itself, everything is going to change. So 0. Reflection apatti question illa, because everything is going to change on rotation. Okay, and then reflection also it will be changed only. So sigma h. So sigma h is a horizontal plane. So all the bonds are going to remain the same because it is a horizontal plane. Okay, and then sigma d. So where is this sigma d? Sigma d is actually this plane. The sigma d is the plane that is passing along with the C2. So if you imagine a plane here, that is a sigma d. Why? Because it is sigma d is a dihedral plane which cuts the two consecutive C2 axis. So it is cutting C2 prime. So it is a sigma d. So on doing sigma d, how many bonds are unaltered? If you are going to do sigma d, then all the bonds will be altered only. So number of unshifted atoms is 0. Hope you can understand. Now on doing this, you understand. So how many atoms are unshifted atoms are there? We have left one more thing, that is sigma v we have left. So we have to have it here. So there are actually sigma v's. So when you are doing sigma v, so what is sigma v? Sigma v is the plane which is going in this one. See, this is the sigma v plane. So this is the sigma v plane. So in this plane what is there? 2 bonds are there. So 2 bonds will remain unaltered. So what I will get? Here 2. So now I have done the number of unshifted atoms. Now by using this character table, I have to reduce it. So how should I reduce? By using the reduction formula. So the first thing I have to do is, so n into A1G. So I have to reduce each and everything. So n into A1G. First of all, we should know what is a h for this. So h is E1 plus here 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So how can I easily confirm how many atoms are there? See, if it is a D4H type, okay, the number of symmetry elements is 4n. Okay. So from this you can just substitute the n and you can find the order. Okay. And the A1G. So now my thing is 1 into 4 into 1 plus 0. Fortunately many terms are 0, so it is easy for us to compute. Now for what I am having C2 prime, I am having 2. So 2 into C2 prime, I am having a character as 2. So 2 into here the character is 1 plus again 3 more zeros I am having. So no worry, it's much easy. So and now this is this. Now I am having 4 for sigma h. So sigma h, what is the coefficient? 1. So 1 into 4 into 1 plus sigma v, what is the coefficient? 2. So 2 into 1 plus 0. So this is my A1G. So 4 plus 4 8, 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 4 16. So it is 1 A1G. So I am getting 1 A1G. Similarly, I have to reduce for the other terms also. And one thing is, you should have a when you do for other terms, you will get A1G one term, and then B1G one term, and EU one term. So you will be having these 3 terms only. So what you can get now, my sigma, that is gamma sigma is equal to A1G plus B1G plus EU. So this is my terms. These are my irreducible terms. Now I have to see the symmetry of these terms. Now A1G contains what? X squared, Y squared and Z squared. So this is equal to S orbital. So it is equal to S orbital, or it can be compared to a D orbital. So S or D. Okay. This A1G term varadu, it depicts that there may be involvement of S orbital or D orbital. Okay. Next, B1G. So in B1G, I have the term of dx squared minus y squared. So I very well know that so this is dz squared. So this involves dx squared minus y squared orbital. Okay, and then EU involves what? xy, that is px and py. So px and py. Okay, see here there are no x, y, z terms, so this all stands for the d orbitals, while the last term stands for what? The p orbital. So what I will get? So the hybridization predicted according to the group theory is, okay, S d squared p squared. Okay, so sorry, sdp squared, or d squared, sdp squared, or I can write it as dsp2, or instead of s, d2p2. So two hybridizations are predicted for the D4H symmetry. So we can understand that instead of this, because s orbital is more suitable for overlap than the z orbital, so this dsp2 is a best possible hybridization for square planar. So this completes how you can predict the hybridization for square planar using the group theory. Thank you.